Welcome to the channel. LAF Space Film Fest. That's capital LAF Space Film Fest. Got an interesting project. Classic bonus room that I'm going to repaint. Somebody obviously had a pretty creative imagination when they painted this room, but we're going to go back to just a standard gray color. Every time you paint a room and it's got a color like this, just something that just jumps out at you. The problem is when you go to repaint it, cover it up, it's going to be kind of hard to do because this color is going to want to come screaming through every coat that you put on it. I'll take my sander and I'll lightly sand it down. I'll patch any places that need to be patched, and then I'll just go ahead and go with a good quality paint primer combination. A room like this will probably take about 3 coats to get this covered. Now another way to do it is you can always go in and use a primer and put a good stain blocking primer on it first and then go with your paint after that. But the paints these days with the primer added to them are pretty good. So that's going to be my plan, is to go in and get this room all painted. It's going to look pretty good when it's done. I'm sure whoever did this was an artist though. It doesn't look bad. See, one of those things, either you love it or you hate it. Sometimes on older homes like this, you go to trim out, it's been painted so many times. Previous painter kind of went up and down and didn't really have a real straight line. Basically, a lot of times I'll just freehand it. Sometimes I've got to go a little bit on the ceiling more than I want to, but I'll just level it out, make that line when it's finished, make all the lines connect. Once it's finished up, looks as good as new. Most painting jobs are about the same. Be a few variables here and there, but the actual techniques that you use are about the same. So you go in, prep your walls, you sand them, you fill any holes that need to be filled. You go back, you take a paintbrush, cut in, and you can see where the gray, where I've cut everything in. And so now, the final step is to go back in and use a roller. This is a 9-inch roller right here. Use a roller. Oh, by the way, use a good roller. This right here is a Purdy White Dove. It's 3/8 nap for smooth drywall. You want to use a good roller. If you bought this by itself, it'd be about $5.50. Sometimes you can get a 3-pack for about 10 bucks. Use a good roller, don't skimp. Skimp and buy a $2 roller cover, you're gonna end up getting lint all over your walls and it's gonna look terrible. Here's what I am using today. It's a 3/8 professional pack, 3-pack. That's what's important right there, is the 3/8. 3/8 of an inch nap. Purdy White Dove. Those are good roller covers. That's what I highly recommend. Wooster, W-O-O-S-T-E-R. Wooster makes a nice roller cover too. Stay in that area. Purdy, Wooster, can't go wrong. So anyways, I've got everything cut in. Now, because of the color of this room, it's going to at least take 2 coats. It's going to probably take 2 coats to go in, get this room done. Could actually take 3 coats just because of the brilliance of this color that I'm covering right here. So okay, I say it's time to get started and roll. Okay, so one thing I forgot to do is I'm going to open that window and get a little ventilation going, because as soon as you start rolling, as soon as you start spreading a lot of paint on the walls, you notice that the fumes will pick up fast. So I'm going to open that window and get us a little ventilation going here. Looking pretty good. What I gotta do yet, repaint the trim. We're gonna go ahead and paint that white because it's supposed to be like a chair rail. So we want to go ahead and match the baseboard. But besides that, once it dries, come back tomorrow, do another coat, repaint the trim one more time. Room finished nicely. When you roll, always remember, don't put the paint on too thick. Never try to put it on thick enough that you don't think you got to do another coat. Put it on thin, roll it out smooth. If you need another coat, you have to put it on. If not, good for you. A lot of people run into a lot of trouble when they try to put the paint on too thick. Professional painting tip for you. Okay, I think this room turned out pretty good. Finishing up the second coat on it, trimming out the second time. Gonna roll the walls again, trim, the bench, everything turned out pretty nice. Pretty happy with it. So another project in the books. All right. So just remember, if you paint, make sure you have enough time scheduled to do the job right. Always use quality tools, quality paint, and I think you're gonna find out that it's kind of a lot of fun. What a difference. The room before wasn't bad. I like the color schemes. I like the kind of unusual colors, and I like the unusual patterns, but still, this right here also looks nice too. I appreciate you coming to the channel. That's LAF space Film Fest. That's capital LAF space Film Fest. I hope this helps out. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll try to look through them and maybe answer the question for you. I appreciate you dropping by. Paint away. It can actually be a lot of fun. See you later.